I consider myself the everyday filmmaker. From weddings to commercial work to personal work to feature films. I run the whole gamut with the type of filmmaking that I do. I need something that is simple in design, simple to use, and does the job that it does incredibly well. The first time I took hold of these lenses, that initial reaction of the feel alone was enough to put a smile on my face. So it was a refreshing change to find something built with affordability in mind, built for the everyday filmmaker, built with uncompromising quality, from build, aesthetics, all the way to the image quality itself.
How have these lenses revolutionized your filmmaking?
Quite simply, it's the fact that it's two lenses from 20 to 55, 50 to 125 at t2.8. It covers a wide range, and being able to cover that amount of range with such a wide aperture has been a needed blessing in the industry for a very long time. And for me, T2.8 is that perfect balance between light transmission and bokeh. You get beautiful, shallow depth of field at T2.8, but you're not worrying about razor shallow depth of field where subjects are out of focus and you're fighting to keep focus the entire time. For me, I don't care what the technical specs are. At the end of the day, the image quality is the only thing that matters. And I'm so pleased to say that these are uncompromising. The technical specs were enough to blow me away, but the image quality is also stunning. These aren't overly sharp, clinically sharp, like a lot of lenses. And the soft sharpness they have, the beautiful bokeh that they generate, the gorgeous lens flaring. I like to shoot into the sun a lot. I like to shoot into a light source. I always like having something in the scene that's adding ambience with the light. And so having something that doesn't break every time it has a light shining into the lens is an absolute lifesaver. The way that these lenses control the lens flaring, control the light, while still keeping the lens flare looking beautiful, the glow and the bloom looking gorgeous, but still allowing you to see your subject in crisp detail, it just makes my filmmaking that much easier. It helps me get the shots that I've been dreaming of getting without having a bunch of extra fuss in getting them. The price point on these lenses, I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better. The fact that I can get the range that these lenses have, the quality they provide, for less than $5,000 for the two of them is amazing. Anything equivalent would cost me upwards of $10,000. Anything that's less adequate, like the Sigma Art Photography series, will still cost me $3,000. So the fact I can get both of these lenses under $5,000, cinema zoom, parfocal, declickable aperture, the price point they sit at is beyond perfection. And the best part of this whole setup too is pairing these lenses with my Tokina 11 to 20 ATX Cinema series lens means I have a focal range from 11 millimeter all the way to 125 in the T2.8 range. That gives me the ultimate level of flexibility with my shots. With this setup of lenses, I've been able to do anything that a client throws at me. I'm able to tell the story without thinking about what lens I need because I know the lens that I have in my bag, the lens I have in my kit will do the job just fine. For anybody out there struggling to find the perfect product, for anybody that's constantly looking online, I know a lot of filmmakers always say you got to spend less time looking online, looking at gear. You got to spend more time just filmmaking. Well, there is truth in that, but you also need to know what the best tools are for the job. What's going to help you tell those stories. So for anybody that's in that situation, I'd recommend taking a look at these lenses. This isn't coming from somebody who's being sponsored by anybody or from someone who's in this for profit. This is solely me sharing with you that I genuinely trust these lenses. I genuinely trust that they will be the best tool for the job. Now, there are going to be times where you need a different tool, but for a well-rounded kit to get 90% of the shots you need, these are perfect. This has honestly been the first purchase in my filmmaking career where I was beyond 100% satisfied. So I truly suggest other filmmakers try these out. I think they'll be as satisfied as I have been.